In this video, I'll show you how you can balance the DJI OM5 with just a phone, and I will also show you how it works with add-on lenses such as this one. Hey, what's up guys, Julian from smartphonefilmmakingpro.com here, the ultimate online course about smartphone filmmaking. And yes, the DJI OM5 has arrived. It's now also here in the studio, and I am currently already testing it and comparing it to all the other different gimbals that are out there. So definitely stay tuned and definitely hit that subscribe button in case you're interested in comparisons like the OM5 between the OM4 or maybe even the Science Smooth Q3 or Smooth Q4. So hit that subscribe button in case you're interested in those kind of videos. But today, like I already said in the intro, we're gonna balance the all new DJI OM5, and we're gonna start out with just, the iPhone 13 Pro, and it's a little heavier phone compared to the older models, but it's still not the heaviest phone there is out there. So, the balancing part for just a smartphone is kind of simple. You just take down the clamp, so you have it in your hand, and then you just put it on your phone. It doesn't really matter where exactly you're mounting the clamp as long as you do not have the heaviest phones out there. In case you're using something like an iPhone 13 Pro Max or a Samsung Galaxy Note or something like this that is super heavy, then you still have to take care that you mount the clamp somewhat in the center of your phone. But with a phone like this, it's not really important. So on this little clamp that I have mounted here on my phone, you have a little white dot, and you also have the same white dot here on the gimbal, and you just align those. Then it snaps in place. Next up, you just have to turn on the gimbal. Power button has switched positions and you are good to go. That's basically it, and now it works. And that's basically the balancing part for a normal smartphone. And yes, you're right. In theory, this is not really balanced. I just, mounted my phone in there and then I turn it on. But that's the really cool part about the OM4 and also about the OM5. Like I said, in case you're not using the heaviest phone out there, you can use it just like this, which is very user-friendly. But now, like I said in the intro, we're gonna put the OM5 a little more to the test because we're also having add-on lenses just like this one. And then later on, I will also show you how it works with something like this. This is a circular ND filter and also a polarizer filter, a very cool one from the company Sandmark. In case you're interested in a review about this, just make sure to hit the annotation up there. But now let's come back to the balancing part, and first of all, let's mount this lens right here. This is the anamorphic lens from the company Sandmark, also a really great option. And I'm just gonna mount it up here. I do not have a case for this iPhone 13 yet, so this is how I'm gonna use it. So yeah, it's now mounted up there. And as you can see, this is now a much heavier setup, and it's also, the balance is far off because of course here is a big element of glass, and it also of course turns it down right here because it's much heavier. So the first thing that we need to do when we are using a super heavy setup like this is we need to, slide the mount of the gimbal as far up as possible. So I'm just gonna, slide this up as far as possible, as long as it's still not in the way of the lens. So this is of course very important because in case, they would, touch each other, then the balance would of course be off. So that's the first thing. And secondly, as you can see at the back here, just bringing it a little closer, you can see that you can slide this little thing up and down. So it's not super easy, but as you can see, I can slide it to the left and also to the right. And to compensate the super heavy lens, I'm bringing it all the way to the left in this case. So this is what it looks like. And then I'm just gonna mount it again, and let's see how this looks. So as you can see, the balance is of course far off. It's because it's actually super heavy, but I'm just gonna turn it on. And as you can see, this is still working. When you're using a super heavy setup like this, you can feel that the OM5 is not really happy with, handling such heavy weights. Because on paper, it handles up to 290 grams, but, this is just the absolute maximum that is possible. So it does still work, and I have also used this, for shooting different things, and you can also turn it around, which makes more sense with the anamorphic lens. So as you can see, it is working, but you know, the motors are not really happy. And you know, by changing the things that I showed you in the video, you know, sliding up the mount as far as possible and also bringing the mount itself as far to the right as possible, you're helping the gimbal motor as much as you can so that it does not have to work as hard. And if you know, if you're not doing this, if you're just mounting it somewhere, then the gimbal, you know, will just say, nope, that's too heavy and it's not gonna work. So yeah, this is how it works. This is how I'm using it, and I hope this helped you. In case you're interested in smartphone filmmaking, in case you want to learn more and step up your smartphone video quality, you should definitely check out Smartphone Filmmaking Pro. We are the ultimate online course about smartphone filmmaking, and we have a totally free webinar for you guys. It's 30 minutes long, it's jam-packed with value, and inside of the webinar I shared the top 5 secrets to shooting cinematic videos with your smartphone. So it's the first link below that like button. Check it out. Like I said, it's totally free. And yeah, that's basically it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And there's actually one thing that I forgot to show you, because in the intro I also promised that I would show you how it works with this bad boy right here. Like I said, this is the Sandmark PL/ND filter, which is basically, you know, like sunglasses for your camera. So I'm also gonna mount it just like this, and the position of the clamp and so on stays basically the same, because you know, the balance of the entire phone is still kind of off. So yeah, the things are basically the same. I just have to slide the clamp down a little bit because the ND filter is just a little bigger. So yeah, let's mount this up there and let's turn it on. Yeah, and with the ND filter it's working even better because it's not this heavy, and you can also feel that the gimbal is more happy using something like this compared to a heavy add-on lens like this one. So yeah, the principle will always be the same, no matter if you're using a Samsung phone, an iPhone, or a Huawei phone, or an LG, or whatever it might be. So yeah, I hope this video helped you. I hope you enjoyed it. And in case you have any further questions, please let me know. Check out the webinar and I'll see you there.